Kids, it's been a while since we've talked, so here I am. I have my Saddam Hussein in the spider hole look going on. I have been locked in my house for months now. I have not shaved. I have not cut my hair. I have not done a fucking thing because, frankly, I don't give a shit. I just sit at home all the time. So, this is my at home look. You like it? Rough, rugged? It's great for oral sex. Anyway, um, I wanted to talk to you today about what's going on. And although I have been updating my Facebook semi-regularly, I wanted you to know that everything's okay. I have been changed off 4 really strong medications that were having a horrible effect. And I'm only on one now, and it's been about a month. And I'm starting to stabilize into kind of a morbid depression and daily hallucinations, but no panic. So that's a good thing. And I'm enjoying nature a little bit from the inside of the house. I'm still very photosensitive. I go out only at twilight and pick up dog poops and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm doing pretty good. Much better than I was when I was totally paranoid and cowering in the corner for months on way too many medications. And then when I was having withdrawals, I was absolutely freaking out and losing my mind. Now I've gotten used to being bum rushed by hallucinations that feel like they're coming up from behind and going to attack me. After about a month of that, I'm starting to get used to it so it doesn't freak me out so much. And I'm having very vivid hallucinations, and I'm used to seeing them now. So they don't freak me out like they did at first. I'm used to seeing things, and I have been for years, but this was totally new. So I see the things I used to see, and I see new things, and it was weird at first. But life's an adventure. I mean, I've been through many adventures, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So this is just one of those adventures that makes me stronger, I guess, and gives me something to talk about. Past that, it's spring. It's been very warm. We had like 3 days of winter, and the year before we had like 2 months solid of sub-freezing temperature winter. So it was a big change to have only 3 days spread over 3 months, as opposed to 2 solid months plus some days of sub-freezing temperatures. So the wildlife has been kind of off. We've had butterflies year round, which has like never happened since I've lived in Central Florida. It's been interesting and kind of beautiful. And my hummingbirds are back, and my cranes are nesting, and I'm happy about that. And my dogs obviously are just exhausted by the heat because it's becoming way too early for that. And I'm sure my electric bill is going to go. That's the one way that Florida really gets you. Besides insurance, Florida taxes electricity like hell to make up for the fact that we have no state insurance. So they rape you twice as bad as most states with state insurance. So don't think that Florida is any kind of bastion for conservatism and money saving, because they get you in the back door. In other words, they fuck you in the ass in indirect ways so that you can't, quote, blame them. That's how Florida works. So if you think that your Republican friends are really saving you money, not true. They just, instead of sticking it in your mouth, they shove it up your ass. That's the truth. I live in Florida. We've been Republican dominated for years. And Every year, we get it shoved deeper and deeper and deeper up our ass with taxes and indirect billing from the state. So, kids, grow up. Pay for what you want. Pay for what is real. Pay for what is more efficient in a group rate. And then pay for yourself what is not. This lie that everybody is giving you is just bullshit. There are some things that government does much more efficiently, and there are some things that government does not. So learn the difference. If not, if you think that you're getting a raw deal, move somewhere else and try it out in another way. You'll find out real quick. You're paying as much or more. In the case of Florida, we don't have a state tax, but in the end, we pay more than if we did. Sad but true. We just paid in indirect ways. And we pay a lot more, and we get a lot less in services. So, think carefully. Don't buy into all this bull crap from the politicians. It's not real. Other than that, spring's here. I'm ready for summer. Life has changed. On April 24th, it'll be 6 months since I was completely rendered completely disabled by medication that changed my entire brain chemistry. And it's been quite an adventure. And sometimes it's been a little bit scary, and sometimes it's been a little bit interesting, and sometimes it's been absolutely gobsmacking. 2 visits to the hospital, and now I've been administratively separated, and I'm sitting here waiting to find out what's going to happen next. Thankfully, I have enough resources to persist for a little while because I planned well early. But who knows what the future holds? Life's tough. Life's a challenge. It always has been for me since before birth. So I'm a survivor. In some way, somehow, I'll survive. I know what my options are. I know what my condition is. I think about it carefully. I write because I can't remember anymore because of this poisonous medications I've been given. But I have faith. And I have faith in you too. And I miss being able to concentrate enough to do regular videos. But I do want to say something. I am so looking forward to this year's presidential race because what I've seen is going to be the greatest show on earth. From both sides. It's going to be something amazing. And I hope you'll join me in enjoying the irony and the plasticity of this entire season. And hopefully, if we're lucky, we will actually end up ending in December. But if not, God knows. Think about it. We've been through so much in our lifetimes. We've been through good times, bad times, good times, bad times. We've been through tragedy. We've been through success. We've been through feeling elated. We've been feeling depressed. We've been thriving. We've been dying. We've been working hard and making money. We've been laid off and can barely buy food. There's not much more they can do to us. Not really. And I have to say, For my online friends, thank you so much for sticking with me and being patient for the 6 months. It'll be April 24th. From October 24th to April 24th, it'll be 6 months since they started to poison my mind, and my mind went totally gone. 6 months. And I remember it only because I wrote it down in a book. And where's my book? This is my book. Without this book, without this notebook, I can't remember anything that's happened since October. But because I kept writing, I remember what happened. That's what Western medicine does to your mind. That's what all these chemicals and crap that they serve you at doctors' offices, everything else does to you. If you don't write it down, you can lose your mind and your memory. Sad. And you know what? After 6 months, I still don't know what's wrong because they can't diagnose it. But it was interesting because I read the other day about diabetes. The diabetics have a higher chance of having like Alzheimer's disease. And I remember when they gave me certain medications when I was on 4 very strong medications, they gave me physical shakes and tremors like somebody with Alzheimer's. And I completely lost my mind, and I remember I couldn't even cook a meal because I'd walk away and forget I was cooking, and it would burn up and the smoke in the house would fill, and finally the alarm would sound and I'd walk in and find the food burning on fire. And it was frightening because I remember then afterwards that I had just started cooking that about 30 minutes ago. Now I cannot cook unless someone else is in the house to watch me so I don't wander away. That's frightening. That was never me. I've always been rather articulate and rather thoughtful and rather concerned about everything and everyone around me. Much due to the fact that I had adopted child syndrome. So I was always worried about pleasing. The fact that I could walk away from a cooking stove on high heat and just wander away mindlessly for 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 minutes until the whole house filled with smoke frightened me to death. Western medicine, be careful with it. And with your health, be careful too, because it was interesting. The other day I read an article where people with diabetes have a higher risk of Alzheimer's disease, and they chemically induced Alzheimer's disease in me for a couple of months with medication. So it left me wondering, since I changed my medication, now I'm only on one medication, which is very cheap. You can buy it at $10 at Walmart. I only have like morbid depression and forgetfulness and hallucinations. A lot of hallucinations and very vivid. But I don't have panic, and I don't have fear like I was having on the other medications. I always feel like someone's bum rushing me from behind. So I look around a lot because I get this feeling that things are coming at me from behind. I know that sounds kind of strange for people, but that's my reality, and I'm getting used to it after almost a month and a half now. I don't get so freaked out because I'm starting to expect it. I'm starting to expect seeing people and things walking outside that aren't there, and things floating around in the environment that aren't there, and hearing sounds that aren't real, and seeing things in front of me that aren't real that are coming at me or from behind me. Um, it's a lot to get used to, but at least with this drug it's affordable and I don't panic. I don't have panic attacks, which I was having before. Besides all the other things, I was having panic attacks constantly. And I would tremor. My whole body would tremor. And my jaws would lock up. And it was hurt. It would hurt my jaws because I would lock up for so long that it would actually hurt. Or I would yawn so wide, constantly, that it would actually hurt. And that was hard to deal with. This is a little bit better. Not much, but a little bit. And because it's been about 6 weeks now since I was cut off, I'm learning to cope with the new reality. And someday, I don't know when, but when I make peace with whatever this is, and I learn to cope with it without any help because I don't have insurance anymore, I'll learn how to get along. And I have faith in that because I've always been strong, and no matter what's been thrown at me for the last 46 years coming Saturday, I've always gotten along. So there's hope, kids. Don't give up hope. And don't forget to look at just the little things in life that are so pleasing. The birds, the squirrels, the clouds, the breeze, the sunshine, whatever it is. No matter how bad your life is, somebody always has it worse. And you can learn to cope if you have the will. And I'm trying, and I'm learning. And that's why I haven't been talking about it, because I haven't felt real positive. But I'm feeling more positive than I was. That's why I'm starting to talk. Because it's important for me. I miss my friends. I miss not speaking to most of you because I had nothing nice to say. I was dealing with my own crap. But now, I'm starting to get used to my new reality. And it's not great, don't get me wrong. But at least it's stable. All I have now is a lot of hallucinations and some really morbid depression. But I don't have the anxiety attacks and the tremors. And that, compared to where I was a few months ago, is a miracle. So always be thankful for the little things. Although they might not be perfect, every small improvement is an improvement. Sorry to take so long with you tonight. Have a great week.